Hi everyone, welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel. My name is Annie and I will be drawing for you today. I am very glad for those who are back with me, and I'm really glad if you are new here. I hope you have your tea and coffee prepared, and let's dive right into the video. Let's go! Today I am not using my usual sketchbook or paper. I am drawing a sketch that I have made from a picture reference because I was having fun with my makeup recently and I made a few nice selfies, and one of them looked very artistic to me, like the angle, so I used it as my reference. So you can see a little sneak peek of how I look. Maybe someday I will be brave enough to show myself on the videos or my social media. But for now, you can just see the drawing of myself. Today I'm using my little sketchbook that mostly use for sketching out small ideas for my next drawing, especially for these videos. But I'm not used to drawing in here completely. I think that's the second drawing I'm actually filling with the colors here because I kind of liked how it turned out and I wasn't sure if I can repeat that on another paper. So I just decided to go right in. This sketchbook in particular has pretty thin paper, so I had to use some protection after the lining phase. I put like an extra paper so it will not bleed on the next page, so I can at least use the next one for the sketching. That is my big pain. Like, most of my sketchbooks are pretty cheap and they have this bad trait of markers bleeding through pages, so I end up with even less paper. Well, meh, whatever. Maybe someday I will find a sketchbook that I love. Drop any suggestions for the good sketchbook, like the good quality paper sketchbooks for artists. I will gladly check them out and maybe buy some and maybe even do some artist haul. I don't know. But yeah, you can just drop your suggestions in the comments. I would really appreciate it. So for today's drawing, as I said, it's a selfie drawing. I am not used to drawing semi-realism too much, but today I decided to practice that a little bit. You can see from my previous videos that I'm mostly used to drawing character arts and mostly in anime style or cartoonish style, but sometimes I tend to fall into this kind of phase that I'm drawing something more realistic or semi-realistic, as I call it. I'm not sure if that's correct to name this style like that, but that's how I refer to it. So I'm just going in with my liners and lightly putting some colors with pencils first before deciding to switch to markers, because this was kind of a spontaneous art. Even though like I had a picture in front of me, it wasn't exactly the picture that I had. Well, first of all, it was way zoomed out, and on this paper I made a close-up, and secondly, I don't have so many stuff on my face usually. Like plasters, they were purely my artistic flow. I just decided to put some message in it because I had my insecurities for a long time that I'm not perfect, but then at some point I just realized like nobody's perfect, so why do I care? And I just went in and drew a close-up of my face with all the scars that I have and some extra plasters and extra details, and then this little word imperfect where im is crossed out to remind myself that I am perfect while being imperfect. Because I had my mental health fixed recently in the last few years. Everyone is unique and everyone is imperfect and perfect at the same time, so we should embrace this imperfection in ourselves more often and just let ourselves be free of those complications and those nasty thoughts that we often give to ourselves. I was drawing for a long time, but I never was encouraged to record my process or post online much. Like, I tried to make an art account before, but I haven't posted a lot because I enjoyed drawing more than posting, and the social media algorithms are pretty hard for me to keep up with because I don't have only social media. Like, I have a lot of stuff to do, and social media is like my list of priorities. So those accounts eventually flopped. I think I had like a few of them on different platforms to see if like I can do something, but then yeah, I just kind of stopped doing it. But now, hopefully, I can get a little more help and be more consistent with that, because we have a general idea in our heads and we are hyped up about it. I really hope I can reach more of you guys and show what I have in mind and get to know you better and maybe make some friends, to have some fun and like brighten more people's lives. Because I really think art is the way that people can enjoy lives more. I think I never told you about how I got into art. I think I told you about one little childhood story where my teacher was making fun of my drawings because I used wrong colors for the face features, but that was like very long time ago. Like, I was maybe 4. Eventually, I stopped drawing that much and I got into music. My parents got me into a music school, which I enjoyed a lot. Like, I have this absolute pitch and I was really showing good results on those music classes, and I just played piano without any lessons. I had vocal lessons, like we were singing with a couple of other girls. We had sort of a child band before it was mainstream. So I had the experience with music from there. But then I think one of my relatives had piano or like keyboard or something, and then I just played it. I played a song that I knew from my head, like without reading any notes, and my parents freaked out, like in a good way. I mean, like they were, how do you do that? And I just told them like, I don't know, I just did. So they got me into a music school. They found out that I had an absolute pitch, and that's how I managed to play those songs without actually reading notes. But then in music school, I learned eventually how to read notes and stuff like that, and music theory and everything. I loved my piano teachers and my music theory teachers. It was really fun to go there. Like, it was much funner than the regular school because nobody was making fun of me there. So yeah, I got some insecurities from school because, you know, public schools are not really a great place to show your uniqueness. So whatever uniqueness you have, you get bullied for. I guess that's where you get all your complex from. That's actually one of the motivations that I had when I was drawing myself here. No matter what imperfections you have, that's what makes you beautiful. And I'm glad I finally realized that for myself. Like, I knew that for other people for sure, but for myself for a long time, I wasn't so kind. You know, most of people aren't kind to themselves. So yeah, please be kind to yourself. Please stop harassing yourself. Be nice to yourself. Be your best friend. I know that might sound silly or naive or whatever, but I really think that's the way to go in life. And the first thing you gotta do is love yourself before you can start truly loving others. So after I got into music school, for a long time I wasn't drawing a lot, but at some point in my school I got a few friends that were also interested in drawing, and they were also into anime. They got me into anime actually, and then we started to draw little comics together. We made everyone a character, like we made a persona character for each other, and we drew funny comics about ourselves and some characters from Shaman King anime because it was very popular back then. And then after that Shaman King phase, we went into Naruto phase, and we were drawing ourselves with those characters as well. And we also drew not only comics, but like regular arts as well, like static characters or like reference sheets and everything. the comics that really what got me into drawing anime. It was really fun to draw an actual story and feel a part of it because main characters were us. And we made it like that. So we drew this comic in one notebook, and then in between lessons, we switched it, and then we drew a few shots, and then you give it to another one so you can proceed with drawing the story. That sketchbook, it wasn't a sketchbook even, it was like normal math notebook or something, like, you know, the squared ones. We were just drawing in those because they were very cheap, like a few cents if you translate it to current currency. And after someone had it for a little while and drew, someone else switched over and drew also, and then that's how it traveled through our hands. And then there were a bunch of little comics, or like one longer comic with everyone. We were drawing silly stuff like kids like, but it was really fun. And we had also like night outs, or like we were staying at each other's houses and we were drawing together like that as well. We also had just like regular sketchbooks or drawing pads. So while one was working on the comic, the other ones were drawing in their drawing pads. So we were constantly drawing, literally. And we had so much fun doing it. I think we were like 5 or 6 people. We were a little bit of outsider cast. Like, we weren't popular girls. We were the nerdy ones, the good ones, the ones that teachers loved because we were quiet. Because why do you care if somebody is doing trash on their lessons when you are just into this comic and you're drawing inside? But somehow we still managed to keep our grades high. We were drawing only during the lessons that were not very hard, like the language, the literature, art class, of course, something like that, basically. Man, those are cool memories. I really like remembering those. And I think we still have a few of those sketchbooks left, like a few of those notebooks with comics. We kept a few of them. And when I found them within my old stuff, I was laughing so hard. Like, not only about the story, actual story that was happening, but about how cringy the drawings were. They were like scribbles. But still, they were so nice and accurate emotions and stuff. It still brings me so much joy looking at them. Nostalgia feeling is strong right now. Anyway, while I was chatting with you here, I actually managed to fill up the colors and lines, and as you can see, the drawing is basically complete. I filled it with pencils first, then I went with basic colors with markers, and then I went another layer with pencils and a few details with a white gel pen, and I think it turned out pretty nice, to be honest. I haven't expected the result to be looking that nice. Maybe I can do something with it later. I am very glad that you were here with me a little bit, and I hope I could brighten your day, and I also hope that you finished your tea. Please don't forget to wash your cup. This here is the final result. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and it will help promote this video to recommendations, and I am appreciating every bit of support you give to me. Also, I would love to hear your ideas on what to draw next, so drop it in the comments. If you would like to see more of my artwork, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I would love to have you in the next ones. Bye bye!